K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Karen.
I'm Marisa.
And this is our news shot, where we take something out in the K-drama land that we find kind of interesting or gossipy, and we dig into it. And this week, we decided that PR cycle that happens out there with the different tours and the news we get from Sampi and all the different sources, we thought that's what we're going to dive into. And I'm going to hand it over to Marisa because she knows more about this than I do.
Well, have you noticed that there's an order to things that the first thing you hear about a new show is that someone is considering the script.
Favorably
considering the script. Very rarely do we hear that someone is not going to take it. It does happen occasionally, but for the most part, you're hearing news that they're looking at it.
I will. Do you remember back with the Alhambra one though? Mm-hmm. Like both Hyungbin and Park Shin-hye both were looking at the airport one, and then they both said no, and then they both picked up Memories of the Alhambra, which I found really interesting.
Ah, yeah, because that gave a bump in interest to the airport show, right?
Whoa.
So,
whoa, I say whoa.
I know. And then what happens next? Then they announce who's the cast, right? Mm-hmm. And then what happens next? Oh, there's a first table read. And the photos there. With photos. Mm-hmm. And then there is the press conference. The press conference.
Can I
like
tell you
red
how
carpet
much
and
I
backdrop?
love the press conference
there's a step
for
and
each
repeat.
show.
It's called a step and repeat. That's when you see a kind of a backdrop with the show's logo on it.
I will say this. I love the press conference for every show done in Korea. It's amazing. Because sometimes, I mean, like here, there are some little shows that are lovely but don't really get a lot of press or a lot of recognition because they're small shows on like Hulu. Or something like that, Amazon, and they're all great and they're fun and they have their little premieres, but they don't really do I don't feel like they do.
There's no big splash.
There's no big
Here it is.
There's a start to end cycle that we see.
I don't know what it is, but I love the press conference.
And we all,
every show.
So our social media feeds are flooded. Somebody's flooded with like the same photos.
More gorgeous photos.
That is the thing that fascinates me. Mm-hmm. Every news source that comes through my Twitter feed has the exact same photos and almost the exact same headline.
Really? Well, because they're fed a press release.
Right. And that's all they report on.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That is
There's nothing more than what you get in a press release. And I guess there is an interview. So these are very rarely translated into English. We just get snippets. So perhaps you out there, someone has been to one of these press conferences. We'd love to know more about them.
For sure.
Or tell us how to get a hold of ones that are subbed. I do try and find them on YouTube sometimes. And they'll be like, English sub. I'm like, great, hit play. No, English subs. That's not. I think you lied to me.
And sometimes much, much, much later, like months afterwards, there'll be one that has English subtitles.
So, I think one that was different was Kingdom. They did an actual premiere.
Yes.
Right?
Oh.
Yes.
That was lovely.
That was fun.
That one was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Premiere, red carpet,
I think they did
zombies,
it for Memories of Alhambra, too. Because I think they showed the first 2 episodes for Memories of the Alhambra. They did a full,
watch party.
Watch party.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So I'm fascinated by this whole thing because it reminds me of old Hollywood.
Yeah.
Everything feels so
controlled,
regimented, parsed out.
Yep.
Nothing is
calculated.
Right. There doesn't seem to be like we have here Variety and Hollywood Reporter and The Wrap, which kind of dig into the actual news of this industry.
Right.
And so you can always count on them to, even though they might have kind of the same subject matter, like whatever big story is happening, you'll have reporters on that beat, and they'll talk about the different things that are happening. Unfortunately, all the horrible Me Too stuff that's happening, what's happening behind the scenes with different shows, and like why directors are leaving and coming, and why the show is being marketed the way it's being marketed. Like, there's a lot of that kind of more.
They're actual entertainment journalists.
Who are
more
analysis of what and why.
They're analyzing industry trends and reporting on that as well. In addition to covering.
Get that as much.
Doesn't exist there.
I don't see it. But I don't know if we've missed it.
Yeah.
There's
no English version.
We not have exposure to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think when I occasionally will, watch the news, like SBS or KBS News, which is, I mean, it's on, because the dramas that broadcast on the local channels here in Los Angeles have the news before them, so I'll just have it on in the background, listening to some Korean They don't cover like a lot of entertainment. That's like not one of the news segments on the news. I mean, they cover sports.
Okay.
And they might occasionally have, but I don't. It's mostly like, politics and everything else.
According to our two collaborators on this, Drama Milk and Drama Current. Hi guys, thank you so much for all of this info. It seems to be that every network has their own PR department. And so they will all put out their own news for each thing. So I'm curious as to why SBS wouldn't have an entertainment section in their news
on their news. Yeah, promoting their shows.
Really interesting.
Maybe I'm not paying attention closely.
You know what I also love is when there's a film, they go on a train tour of the country.
It's amazing. I want to be in a film just so I can go on a train tour.
I know. Oh my gosh. I was like, can you imagine if, they're promoting Ocean's whatever and George Clooney and Brad Pitt are in the movie theater, like with you to watch the movie?
Wow.
It's huge.
Now that's interesting because I've been to a bunch of talkbacks where they do show up at the end and do a talkback. So I don't.
But we live in
like a
Hollywood,
Q&A,
so there's special things. This goes throughout the whole country.
Oh my God.
Is that what
cool.
did Hyunbin and Sonya Jin do
that?
that?
Oh yeah. And she was posting. It was adorable.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. How can you imagine?
Yeah. And the other thing I love about it is as the movie does well, they always get together. I don't know if it's part of the train tour or if they get together at another time, and they always take these photos with the big balloons with the number of admissions that they have.
Yeah.
Like, do they just gather the cast again and like make them take this photo?
Yeah.
Or are they already on the train tour? Like, it's amazing because it seems like for here, it's like. Once they're done, they're done. Like, it's gone. Like, I'll go do maybe a talk back if I'm in town, or we'll do the premieres in a different country.
Or if it's Academy Awards time.
Yeah.
But so it's really fascinating to me the amount of grassroots, for lack of a better word, promotion that the big names of Korea do for their projects. So that part I really, really enjoy.
It seems like half their time is, and maybe Hollywood actors feel the same way, but it seems like half their time is working and the rest of the time is promoting what they just worked on.
For sure.
Yeah. So their chat shows over there are really different from the talk shows that we have here. They seem to be, I guess they're called variety talk shows. Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you, Jenny.
But it's, they'll have panels basically talking. And again, we get clips sometimes here that are subbed into English. They're always kind of fun.
Yeah.
But it's really different.
It is very different.
Yeah.
It is very different.
Because here, there's a talk show circuit. Maybe you do the morning shows, and then you do, the late night shows. And if you're really A+, you do SNL.
Yeah.
Did you know that there was an SNL Korea?
Was there really?
There was.
I did not know this.
The first time I saw, Broadway Video and Lorne Michaels licensed it around the world.
Oh my
and
God.
it is exactly the same. It's the same music. It's the same set. It's the same Grand Central Station, clock.
It's crazy.
Oh, you have a Korean.
They said it in New York.
Yeah, so Jang Hyuk or whoever, walks onto the set and does a monologue, and then
oh my
it's
gosh,
it's hilarious.
And then they do sketches.
They do sketches. Yes,
and this isn't on anymore.
No, it ended in 2017.
Wasn't one of which puppy was in this for a long time? It was he's in the military right now. He was in
I don't know.
He was in Jealousy Incarnate and the
tall guy.
Tall.
Our second lead.
I forgot his name. But he was one of their cast members.
Because Kim Soo-gi was a cast member. Jay Park from 2 p.m. The K-pop solo artist. It was a cast member.
Darn it! Wish I knew.
It was hilarious. You can get clips on YouTube.
Okay.
So look it up on YouTube because they
love
are
it. Oh my
so much
gosh.
fun.
I am
They're so much
fascinated
fun.
by it. I almost feel like the variety shows kind of fill in that like
celebrity
that kind of
access to
actors,
them.
Where for us it's again variety, the variety not expose, but the variety
like E-entertainment.
That's what I'm looking for. When they do like a cover, you're the cover. You're the cover.
okay.
The cover of Variety or the cover.
Yeah.
Of,
right.
They do a full. I don't know what the
Spread?
word is. Thank you. We'll go with spread.
Interview.
But it's a great interview. It's like a deep dive interview with that person, like pages and pages and pages, and you just kind of learn about that person if the interviewer is good. Like I feel like that's where the variety show comes in
Over there.
in Korea because that doesn't seem to be that here.
Yeah.
are there? Because I do. I go looking for like interviews, and it's just
I feel like they I don't know, because we see a lot of amazing spreads.
But those are pictorials.
Okay.
Like I see a lot of
magazines.
amazing.
Do they have
like,
interviews that go along with them?
They have like small ones. Like
Like
you
a
know,
sidebar kind of.
what did you think of this show? Are you enjoying working with this person? Like it's not like, what are your thoughts on life?
Yeah.
Which I find like, you know, or like the expose of like where that Johnny Depp one where that interviewer like hung out with him for 24 hours and like chronicled it. Like, whoa. That was a bad plan. But that kind of access doesn't seem to happen in Korea at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's fascinating.
It really is.
And we do it. We wait for those pictures from that press conference.
Yes.
So as different as it
then we
is,
know the show's
we're
coming.
buying into it.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't buy it. We just want more. I think that's the whole point of this entire news shot is we just want more information. We just want more. So anyone who wants to help us with English subs to help us out until we become fluent,
Love you forever.
thank you. Share with us all of your sources, which would be fantastic. And let us know what it is that you enjoy about how you get your information.
Yeah.
Like what are the pieces that bring you the most joy. That's it. We're the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Karen.
I'm Marisa. Please continue the conversation with us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Subscribe to us here on YouTube. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers and leave a comment. Let's keep the K-Drama Coffee Clutch going. We'll see you soon.